Welcome to the Design-Build Institute of America's Design-Build Delivers podcast. I'm Kim Wright at DBIA's national headquarters. Each year, thousands of design builders join DBIA at our 4 Design-Build conferences throughout the year. Of course, COVID did a number on our spring events, and we sadly had to cancel. But now we're deep into preparing the Federal Design-Build Symposium, which will be immediately followed by the Design-Build Conference Expo, both during the last week in October. The Conference and Expo will be the most expansive conference we've ever hosted, with more than 50 sessions, 100 exhibitors, and our annual awards celebration. Not only is it the biggest, it's also the most convenient, since it's virtual and coming directly to you. No hotel, no travel, just you and the design-build industry. It's the perfect time to talk to our conference co-chairs about what to expect at this event. Let's welcome Dana Pomeroy, the Vice President and Director of Design-Build at Whiting-Turner, and Maricela Cordova, who's the Purple Line Manager at Montgomery County Department of Transportation in Maryland. Let's start really at the very beginning. For those who come to conferences and they see what it is a DBIA Design-Build Conference and Expo is all about, they know that it's a huge undertaking, but they probably don't know how that happens. How does that start? So as our conference co-chairs, give folks an idea of what it takes to organize an event. This isn't something that you started working on last month, obviously. So give us an idea of what it means to be a conference co-chair and pulling together programs for folks every fall.
Well, to me, it's been a great honor to be a part of this effort. Design build is my passion, so I'm super excited to be able to contribute in this way with DBIA and with the amazing team of people that have done this hard work and have been able to put this wonderful program for our colleagues and partners in the industry. So it's been wonderful. To me, it's also been a great experience to be able to work on something like this in such challenging and unexpected times with everything we're living through in the country. So it's been a special time for me. We've managed a very flexible program, and the preparation and Lisa and her team have been wonderful to work with and just prepared for the unexpected, and that's why we can bring this to everyone. So it's great. I'm proud of the effort, and I'm looking forward to the conference.
Yeah, I just echo everything Marcelo just said. It was amazing to be asked to do this, and it did. It started last year. It has to start early to get everything on the right path. And I can't say there's not a better association prepared for this. The folks that have come together within DBIA as a whole for many, many years, 25 years last year, they're all the folks that are ready for challenges, the curveballs, and they've already come together, and they understand together we can do almost anything. And so I'm just humbled by the committee members we have. Just Lisa and her team, just amazing. We've had such great input going through all the presentations that were submitted, just wonderful material, a lot of thought and heart has gone into these programs that are going to be offered. And being judges of that was very difficult. Just amazing content, just amazing people that are in all the industries that feed into DBIA. And there's just nothing like it.
I'm not sure people realize too that when, we often say that this is a conference that's created by design builders for design builders. I mean, not only are we the only conference that is focused on design build, but the content really does come from team members, industry, and owners both.
Yeah.
And Marcella being a customer, and I'm being an architect and builder, and then the committee just fills in all the trades, just amazing collection of dedicated and passionate folks.
Yeah, and it's been a great example of collaboration. You know, we brought together a great group of people to put together the conference, and we actually tried to lead by example. So the collaboration in putting this together really reflects the values and the objectives of Design Build. You know, we come from different backgrounds and from all over the country, and we put together a program, and it's hopefully a successful event. I'm sure it will be. And it's just fantastic to be able to work with people in this way, you know.
So we're going to dig into some of the content and some of the real reason why people come and why they benefit when they come. But we would be remiss if we didn't talk about the fact that this was something that was created as a live event. And then recreated as a virtual event, because we are now, well, it was live and then it was going to be hybrid and now it's going to be virtual. So you guys got to do it 3 times, not just once. But the truth is we really, you know, our goal when we went virtual was, and hybrid, when we went hybrid, we knew we wanted to be prepared for both, was that attendees would get the same experience in any event. I mean, we really wanted to bring the same conference and the same content however it's delivered. So we kind of just see this as a delivery system. It's just happened to be coming to you, but it's the same event. But tell me what that process was like. I mean, there was a lot of back and forth and a lot of how are we going to do this in the interim before the decision was finally made. That must have not been too much fun, because that's that challenge we're facing in our day-to-day lives and work lives too. But we did it for DBIA. We had to figure out what are we going to do now? Tell me a little bit about how the committee handled that whole process.
You're right, Kim. It went back and forth. We all struggled with making it was an easy change to the hybrid, in person and all virtual. That wasn't really difficult. Going to 100% virtual, I think we all struggled with. And we gave it a lot of thought in how we would do that. And again, Lisa and her team were looking at other virtual presentations to see how they were done, conferences and how they were done, so we could get this right. And between the technology team and, again, all the panelists and speakers and moderators, they're all prepared, and they're already started working on their content. And I think it's going to be amazing how this is, you know, comes together. And the work that's gone behind the scenes is just, it's been a pleasure. And if we had to do it a 4th time, we'd be happy to do it, because the content is that good.
Yeah. Yeah, and of course you can't replace the face-to-face interaction and the in-person conference experience. But I think the program, like Dana said, it's fantastic. It's going to be great. So hopefully people realize that and come prepared to be engaged and to take advantage of it.
Well, and we're hoping too, you know, sometimes what is it, you know, close the door, open a window kind of thing. And maybe folks who couldn't come for whatever reason, couldn't get the time off, couldn't travel, didn't have the budget. Yep. I mean, it doesn't get any easier than just coming to your computer. So, I mean, Dana, maybe we'll get some folks that have been toying with it but never could quite pull the trigger and come.
Yeah, I look for the silver lining in everything. And pulling together all the different conferences, the Federal Symposium, transportation, water, wastewater, it's all going to be in that condensed and thorough week. So for those that don't know all the other things that are going on with DBIA, here's your opportunity, and you can stay home. You can keep your bunny slippers on and just enjoy what's coming your way and learn a lot. Not only about, you know, what we're all doing in our walks, in our careers and towards design build, you know, but also just great ideas to apply to your daily work.
And I would think, Maricela, from an owner's perspective too, there's also value, because there's always, I mean, budgets are tight and travel isn't unlimited. This gives an opportunity for maybe owners who hadn't seen the value or even had the ability to make it happen.
Absolutely, and especially this year, things are very tight for everyone. So I'm glad we were able to offer the same quality program and make it happen like this. We also had a focus on small businesses. And I'm glad that we're thinking of that as well. And hopefully everyone can attend and take advantage of it. The more the merrier, of course.
Yeah, definitely. That's the thing. There's no limited bandwidth. I mean, come one, come all, we can handle it.
Exactly.
So let's get into why. Go ahead, Dana.
I want to pick up on what Marcelo just said on that small businesses. Through this time, they're getting hit hard, and it's a group of great companies that haven't been highlighted before, and I think you're going to learn a lot about them. Not only what they can bring to the table, but also how they need to be treated at the table as small businesses, and making sure they get paid on time. And you're going to hear directly from them what their struggles are.
And I think too, the timing, I think we could argue that it's more important than ever right now for design build teams to start thinking creatively about what the future may hold. And for small business particularly that are really feeling the pinch, getting together, again, not in person, but getting together with leaders in the industry, your peers as small businesses, making connections with exhibitors who really are experts in their field, and owners, building relationships, even if it's virtually. I would think there's no better time than now, given all the challenges that are potentially still ahead. Thoughts, Maricela?
Well, I think, yes, absolutely. I think you're correct. I think it's about inclusion at this point. It's about thinking about the next step and where we all want to go, not only personally in our careers, but also as a practitioner, as an industry member, and as a, we all have a responsibility with each other at this point. I think we've learned that this year. So it's about making everything better for the team and for the people that you're working with, and it's about partnership and collaboration. So I think this is going to be a great experience in general, and it'll make us think and follow up with what we're supposed to be doing, right?
And the timing of our Futures Council starting out this year is just it's
couldn't have planned it better, right?
Yeah, it was like a foresight, and their mission and goal is really going to benefit everyone across the board, and what they're looking into, and the leadership that's been pulled together for that is just incredible.
Yeah.
And the conference provides an opportunity for us to roll that out officially. We've got an incredibly distinguished group of folks who have agreed to work as a Futures Council for DBIA and help us plan and whip out that crystal ball, but coming at it from a place from many different places to really be collaborative to try to look at the future for us. And the conference also is a terrific time for us to roll that out, because that's what everybody's now, aren't we all wondering what the heck does the future hold at this point?
Next?
Yeah, what could possibly be ahead? So for those who have, let's explain why it is that the Design-Build Conference and Expo is really seen as the event for design builders. Number one, it's the only conference that's targeted for design build, but it's a large, we're talking more than 50, you guys may, I don't know, it's more than 50 sessions. We've got general session speakers, incredibly interesting people, 7 tracks. Really the most expanded education we've done, with the specialty, the water, a whole water track, a whole transpo track, a whole virtual design and construction track. You guys really pulled out the stops this year. Give me an idea, because you have been to conferences. Tell me what they're like. Why do you go to DBIA Design-Build Conference and Expos? Why do people come to this fit? Because again, our virtual event is going to mirror what we do in person. So it really is the same experience. Tell me why attend?
Well, I think it's a combination of everything that's good. You have an opportunity to see friends and partners that you haven't seen in a very long time. You have a very good opportunity to learn. The tracks and the sessions are always fantastic. there's a little bit of everything, like you said. There's, especially in this occasion, we have water, wastewater, transportation, aviation, design build, legislation, policy. We have everything, collaboration, of course. So it's a great experience to learn about each other and to learn from everyone's successes and mistakes, and to get better. And it's also a great opportunity to network and do new business, and bring back old business as well. You see people that you haven't seen in a long time, and you're like, oh, I forgot you do this. So it's really great to connect in that regard. The exhibits are always fantastic as well, and there's always a social event or a couple social events that we'll try to make up for those this year. You get to do a little bit of the awards and recognize the good projects. So it's always a really fun experience for sure.
And I'm fortunate to attend several conferences, different associations throughout the year. And there's not one that I walk away with as much information and knowledge and context than I do from DBIA. And you have everyone there. I mean, from suppliers to trades to customers to owner representatives, architects, designers, engineers, builders, all of them are in the same place. And there's so much we can learn from each other and get out of our silos. And that's what is the experience that you get through DBIA.
I think the fact that, the very nature of who we are, as collaborative people, the conference it's just such a natural fit, because we care about what others on our team are doing, the evolution in their work, which impacts your work. I mean, it's the one thing that's hit me most about these conferences, is that when you go to a session, it's never just engineers, it's never just architects, it's never just practitioners or owners or subs, or the room is almost always filled with a combination of all of them.
Yeah, we talk about high performance teams, high performance buildings, intelligent buildings, smart buildings, and then we forget there's so many folks that have to come together and make that work. Mm-hmm. And again, you don't get that. In my mind, personally, I don't see that being offered anywhere else. And we've got to get beyond just our little worlds and our little screens, and understand there's so much more to a project team. We just had a project team. We listed all the names, and just active people, and was nearly 375 people that are involved in one project. And it's just amazing. And from all walks of life, diverse, small business, large businesses, again, everyone that it takes to really pull off a project successfully. And these are high performance buildings, or high performing teams. And that's where we all should be wanting to get to. And DBIA takes you there. DBIA, sorry, takes you there.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that one of my first conferences that I'll never forget, someone said to me, this was it was their first conference too, as a participant. Of course, I was working it, but they were attendee. And, they said, I walked out of that session with one of my biggest problems on a specific project. And there were 3 people in the room that had already dealt with it. And that I couldn't have picked up the phone and found them randomly. I mean, so it came out in the session. Somebody spoke up. He realized that there were 3 people in the room that had already dealt with a very similar situation, and he cornered them, and they spent 30 minutes. And when he went home with the solution, people don't think about that when you go to a conference. When you go to a conference, you're going to go see a city. You're going to go have a good welcoming session. You're going to meet friends for beers, and but the people are actually leaving with solutions to problems, because you're all doing it, right? In one way or another, this is what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the subject matters that's going to be tackled throughout the conference, but especially with the Federal Symposium on the first day, I believe, is design build done wrong. We have heard, Lisa was sharing with me over and over again, we hear about all the successful projects, but we don't hear about the ones done wrong. And not many people want to step forward.
Right. They don't want to own that per se.
And present that. And this year we have a unique opportunity to see that where it's actually been studied. And the folks doing some of the studies are going to be presenting. And I think there's going to be a lot to be learned. So for those that are just looking for the private side, I would tune into the Federal Symposium as well. It's going to be very much speaking to everyone of how these projects are done wrong. And I hear that all the time from the design community that they were involved in this one project and it just wasn't successful, but no one talks about them. And that's the way you learn, is understand what went wrong.
Absolutely.
Let's talk a little bit about the Federal Symposium. I mean, this was, the DBIA has always been engaged with the federal sector in one way or another, and the actual symposium restarted. We say back by demand. People really did want us to bring this back, and so you bring it back small, see what the consensus is out there and how popular it's going to be, and it was very. And then this year was, generally they're supposed to be held in August, and that was the case for this year, but we didn't want to cancel it. There's still a huge need, particularly now. I mean, the federal sector has been highly engaged in design build in the COVID environment. So the decision was made to use it as a pre-conference event, because let it be its standalone symposium as it was designed to be in August, and yet at the same time expose that, bring that forward for our conference and expo attendees who might actually be interested in what's going on in the federal sector. Give me a little idea about that thought.
Yeah, the federal realm is what I've been dealing with most of my career, and they generally have a very narrow bandwidth of money and time to attend. So having it basically kick off the week where they can stay involved potentially by at least another day or so, they're going to see some other, the other side beyond the federal. And what I hear from contracting officers around the country is, we want to look to the private side to help back and forth, what we can learn from each other. So I think that's again, looking for the silver lining. I think this is going to start something that is going to continue, and not have them come in August, then come in October. Hopefully they'll be together and they can stay and they can learn even more about the private side as well, and any of those applications that can come across. And I would invite the private sector folks to listen in the federal. There are things that they're doing that's very innovative, and again, this is really a diverse program, and everyone will find something in some of these sessions and general sessions that they're just going to be able to relate to. As you said, Kim, 3 other people in the room that are having the same problems. You're not the only one that's dealt with that problem, I'm sure. Or delighted in that success,
Yeah, that's true. And Marisol, I was glad to hear you too. You mentioned the awards program, and it is going to be a live event. So that's terrific. Tell me what you think the value of the awards program is for this audience.
Well, I think, yes, like what you said, it's an opportunity to take a look at other projects that are not in your area and that you don't necessarily know about or are familiar with. It's also an opportunity to see. It's just motivational, it's what you can achieve if you do right. And it's a great honor to receive a DBIA award. It's the recognition of a design build project. It's not like any other project. To be successful in design build really means a lot more than being successful as an architect or as an owner or as an engineer or a subcontractor I mean, any of your expertises. It means that you are a leader in the industry, and it means that you are a great practitioner and that you do great projects. And not anyone can say that. So I think it's a great opportunity, and it's something to look forward to and to look up to, and to set as a goal if you are interested in design build for sure.
And we are going to, we can't have our dinner like we normally do, but we're going to have our program. It's going to be just, as entertaining as we hope, folks find it in person. And we've got to work in some of that excitement, those awards that they don't know are coming. So we're working on that too, to try to make it fun. Because it is a celebration, and don't we all need something to celebrate right now?
Absolutely, always. We always have to celebrate, of course.
And we celebrate the small projects too, not just the big glamorous ones. And that means so much to me. I've been with customers that some of their really tiny projects are more important to them than their mega projects.
Well, and every project has its challenges, it doesn't matter. The size is not the determining factor as challenges go. So, yeah.
A big success in a small project is still a big success.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So if you're looking at this year's program, and you were trying to lay out your schedule, which again is another odd, unexpected advantage of going virtual. Normally in a track, you got to make choices, right? You can't be in two places at one time. You can't be at track 1, at track 2 at the same time. But in a virtual world, you can hit it all. I mean, this will be the first time where everybody can see everything, because they can go back and immediately watch on demand anything they want. So that's another unexpected surprise, that a benefit that folks get. But if you were to lay out your calendar for this conference, is there a must attend event for you? Something that is going to be top of your list that we can expect to see you sitting in, quote unquote, virtually anyway?
Yeah. To me, yes, absolutely. There's actually quite a few of them, but to me, this year we really tried to have fun with the program and to make it exciting all the way through. And for me this year, actually, the highlight of the conference is going to be the closing general session. I am really looking forward to that one. We're going to finish with fireworks. And so what we've put together for that is something new. And I think everyone's going to enjoy it. It's a panel type session with experts in the industry from every piece of the industry, every part of a project. And they are going to share with us the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we have a really great facilitator scheduled for this. So someone who is also an expert in design build. And I think this is going to be really exciting and amazing. I'm really looking forward to hearing what they have to share with us.
Dana, what's top of your list?
I have to say the design build done wrong.
Yeah.
Again, it's going to be a unique experience because no one wants to share those projects that went south, and this one, and Laura Stanger might be giving away the prize, but it's going to surprise you, and it's going to be a very candid discussion, and I'm very excited about that. I'm very excited about the virtual design and construction. I think there's a lot in that track that people say you can just do this with a push of a button. And that's going to be something that you're going to learn more about that and how that's changing the industry. It truly is. And then that ties right into our futures councils. So, and that's going to be just an open discussion about what's on people's mind. What do they think the future is going to be? And I hope everyone participates in that. And I believe there'll be an opportunity to send in chats and be part of the discussion and, kind of understand, try to put a framework around the future, 5, 10, 20 years out, and potentially what you'd like to see change or improved on. So participate. And to your point, Kim, you can go and watch every track. So basically you can take 3 days and basically equals 9 days of information and learning. So take advantage of it.
Yeah, one of those little unexpected things that that attendees can actually benefit from.
Be there for the keynote opening. We've all looked at John Foley's presentation, and he is amazing. And he really defines what it is to be the best of the best. And just listening to him present and what we're all trying to work and strive to in design build is bring the best of the best from even operations of a facility to the design process, bring everyone forward and integrated and giving the best ideas while the design's coming together instead of trying to figure out during construction or the day you're trying to operate a new system.
That too, right? And I know from a logistics perspective, we're working doubly hard to make sure that the interactivity is real and accessible, because that's kind of the nature of who we are. We know that our audience is not going to want to just sit back and watch a bunch of webinars. That's just not who we are. We are far too collaborative and engaged. And so our goal is truly to be the most engaging virtual conference to date.
And Kim, I would like to just remind everyone to sign up as soon as possible. We've done a great effort to reduce pricing significantly, and discounts are at its best. And we have made an effort, like Dana said before, for a small minority and disadvantaged businesses. They get an extra 30% off. And also exhibitors and sponsorship packages have been modified and expanded to add value. So both in person and virtually, doesn't matter, just sign up and it's going to be great. So we're looking forward to seeing everyone.
Same here. And if you don't walk away from this virtual conference with something that's going to make your life easier, your job easier, you can call me.
Yes, call him.
Yes, Mara says yes. Please call Dana.
Please call him.
Well, I was going to say Lisa, but
if you love it, and you have fun, call me.
Oh, well, thank you guys both. We appreciate this, because I think this conference has the potential to truly be historic for DBIA.
The game changer is what we call it.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely the case. So, I mean, I think people are going to be really excited to see what you guys have pulled together for them, and I think it's exciting. Thanks to Dana and Maricela for providing that look into our October Design-Build Conference and Expo and the Federal Design-Build Symposium. Registration is open, and if you've never attended a DBI event, now's the perfect time to see what it's all about. Go to dbia.org/conferences to find info on both events.